Hello everybody, welcome to the first video of Nadia Collectibles. My name is Nadia. I'm so happy you're here. To introduce myself, I'm an anime figure collector. I've been collecting anime figures for a little over a year now. My anniversary was actually in January. Figure collecting has always been my passion. It's my favorite conversation topic. No matter the conversation, I'll find a way to bring anime figures into it. It's a problem, but it's also the best type of problem. For me, not for others around me. I mainly post my figure collecting content on TikTok. However, with moving to YouTube, I hope to be able to expand more on the figures I have, whether it be during unboxing videos, discussing pre-orders I have for this year, or just figures I currently own in my collection. I have so many amazing things coming in this year. I can't wait to unbox figures. That's my favorite thing in the world. I love buying. Everybody has their own thing, whether it be collecting handbags, shoes, cars, anything. And my thing just so happens to be anime figures. It's what makes me happiest, so why not? You know? Within this last year of collecting, I've discovered I'm a maximalist. The clickbait does not lie. My collection is currently valued at around $35,000, give or take some shipping. Definitely take some shipping because I'd rather die than calculate how much money I paid on shipping over this last year. So take that information as you will. All I can really say is I consider myself an investor. Every figure in my collection truly means something to me. I could talk about each figure in my collection for hours on end if you'd allow me. Every single figure has its own story, whether it be how I bought the figure, where I bought it from, the thought process leading up to purchasing that figure. Every single figure is so special to me because if I paid $600 for a figure, it's gonna mean something to me. It meant something to my wallet. It's gonna mean something to me, you know? Moving on from that topic, I do own a variety of figures. I'm a big resin statue collector. I love them so much. I think I currently have 23 or 24, I'm not sure, in my collection, and like 35 on pre-order. We'll talk about that later. That's a conversation for another time. For me, buying a resin statue is such an experience in itself. You see this creative interpretation done by a studio of one of your favorite anime characters or a favorite scene that the anime character was a part of. Then you pre-order that resin, you're waiting months on end for it to finally release. You're searching Discord groups, Facebook groups for any type of update, whether it be from the studio or just pictures people snuck around. And then finally, after waiting months on end, you get that shipping invoice. And then with that shipping invoice, you wait another month for it to arrive to your house. And then you break your back once it does arrive to your house, bringing it into your house. It's just the best. I love it. It's so fun. I do own a lot of scale figures, Nendoroids, prize figures, and my favorite right now, 1/4 scale bunny figures. They did not lie when they said bunnies multiply. My bunny figure collection went from like 1 to 70 within a period of 8 months. I don't even know what happened. I honestly think it got worse when I went from freeing to binding, but we can talk about that another time. I think my collection will end up doubling by the end of this year, so I guess we'll all see how this turns out. I don't know. I'll just put my hands up and hope for the best. So when did figure collecting all start? I've technically been a figure collector since elementary school. I grew up on Pokemon, so I have a twin sister as well, so we always had a double-sized collection of Pokemon figures, Digimon figures, WWE figures, Neopet figures if you're familiar with that. I actually discussed this on a podcast with Miyazaki Man. I really think my obsession with collecting sets of figures, of finishing sets of figures, really stems from Pokemon. With Pokemon, there's evolution lines, so if I have a figure of Charmander, best boy, then I need a figure of Charmeleon. Then if I have a figure of Charmeleon, I need a figure of stubborn best boy, Charizard. That's not to say now that I've left my childhood collecting in the past. I actually do own some really awesome Pokemon resin statues in my collection, and I do have some really cool Pokemon resin statues on pre-order, hopefully coming out this year. And then I do have a really amazing, like, classic Sonic resin statue coming in. I can't wait to show you guys. So how did I get into anime as a whole? About a year and a half ago, my sister was watching this anime called Hunter x Hunter, and I was like, oh my gosh, what are you watching? I decided to like try and get ahead of her so I could spoil it for her. But then once they got to the running scene of the Hunter exam, my life changed forever. I think I binge watched 30 anime within 6 months. Thank you, new gen 1 season anime. Definitely bulked that list up with those, but yeah, Hunter x Hunter will always hold such a special place in my heart. It truly was a masterpiece, and I wish I could go back in time and rewatch it. It's really what started it all for me, and I would never have it any other way. So now, how did I go from anime watching to anime figure collecting? Sometime in January of last year, my sister and I were watching Black Clover, and we decided to go to the mall to buy some wall scrolls because at the time we were collecting wall scrolls. We had our entire rooms decorated like wall to wall, ceiling to ceiling, and of course we accidentally slipped into this one store and they had an Asta figure for $40. And at the time I was like, $40 for a plastic figure? No thank you. I don't know what happened then. I wish I could go back in time and be a little Nadia. I wish I could go back in time and have that same mentality, but alas, here we are. Anyways, like a week later, we went back to the mall, and unfortunately that Asta figure was sold out. I was so sad. You have no idea. Asta is best boy. He'll forever be one of the best boys to me. He's like here with Naruto to me. So yeah. Anyways, Asta was gone, but Yuno was there. Yuno's like runner-up best boy. Yami, obviously, but Yuno's like, yeah, he's up there. There was a Yuno figure, and my sister was like, do you want me to buy it for you? I was like, is it free? She's like, yeah, it's free. I'll buy it for you. I was like, okay, I'll take it. Anyways, I was shaking my fist throughout the whole store because they had sold out of Asta. It was so sad, but I did end up getting him a week later, so it's all good. From there, my life pretty much took a 180, 360. I don't know what the term is, but it took a turn for the worst, for the best, for the worst. It truly only takes one figure. Especially for me, I think my childhood was definitely a big spoiler for what would happen in my adulthood. I've always loved figures, so of course with anime figures, like I'm watching this anime and I love it so much. I'm spending all my time watching it, putting so much time into it. And then you can have a mini of that character that you love so much in your room, like physically in your room. It's the best feeling and I love it so much. I cannot emphasize that enough. So when I was little, I collected Pokemon figures of characters I play as in the games, or I'd collect WWE figures of characters that I like to see on screen. For me though, anime figure collecting feels so different. Figure collecting is an art, it truly is. You see a character on the screen, that character that you love so much has an illustration done of them, or there's this really awesome scene that some studio decided to pick up and make their own artistic spin on, and oh my gosh, I can spend my own money on it and buy this literal scene that I love so much and have it physically in my room. Take all my money, like just take it all. That mentality is why my collection is what it is now. So also though, in the case of original characters, somebody spent hours on end designing their own character. That illustration is loved so much that that illustration becomes a figure. That figure becomes many people's grails. Those grails have pages and pages of discussion on like sites like My Figure Collection, where everybody's just as excited as me about this figure. I never feel alone in this hobby. It's amazing. I always just feel very accepted. On that note, I'm still a relatively newer collector, and so many amazing people in the community have welcomed me with open arms. They've entertained my disgusting spending habits. They've shown me new things. They've taught me so many things. Obviously, I still have a lot to learn, but I feel like I have learned so much within this last year and a month of collecting. Anyways, the point of today's video is to show you what a year of collecting has been for me. I'd love to walk through my shelves and show you all the figures I currently own in my collection. If you see any figures that you want to see more of or have me talk more on, please let me know. I love talking about my collection so much. Like I said before, every single figure in my collection has its own story. I could talk about it for an entire video. I could talk about it for an entire day. Whatever you want. Whatever you want, I swear. My collection is essentially an extension of myself, so with that, here's my current anime figure collection. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. If you like my collection, go ahead and let me know. If you like my figures, that means so much to me, you have no idea. Figure collecting is truly my passion, and I'm so excited to be here on YouTube sharing my journey with you all. I cannot wait to unbox some figures with you guys, talk more about all that stuff, get to know everybody better. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to, and if you have any questions or if you'd like me to expand upon literally anything, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know. I really love talking about my collection so much and just anime figures in general. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!